Dr. Varun, we know that you have a lot of opinions on the education system. What's your opinion on what are the things that are wrong with the education system right now?
See, first of all, we give education to our children as a system. The community has given the responsibility of education to the government. But in reality, in actuality, the responsibility of educating my children is mine. It's my responsibility to educate my children. Every family should think about what their child should be. Every parent should think about what their child should be as an individual and then work out a plan to make the child that kind of an individual. Now, person-centric education to moving on to become a career-centric education, we have come a long way. If you look at our olden systems of education, a lot of people would educate their children in their homes. The values that they get is the values of their home. The culture that they develop is their local culture. The trades that they develop and practice is their family trade. So a blacksmith's son will become a blacksmith, the goldsmith's son will become a goldsmith, the soldier's son will become a soldier, a doctor's son will become a doctor. Education was being given at home. The values were being given, the culture was being instilled, and the trades that they would practice was being learned from childhood. The Macaulay model of education destroyed everything. It started creating clerks for their offices. The Britishers wanted clerks. Indians were fit for only becoming clerks, not the leaders or the officers. The opportunity for becoming officers was opened up for Indians much later. And even the Indian officers were not allowed full freedom to operate on par with the British officers. The same kind of education system is being continued. So the values that are being instilled, the responsibility has come to the government. The culture that the children will imbibe is dependent on the textbooks that they study. And the trades that they practice is dependent on the choice of career they make at the age of 18. So they are not developing as wholesome individuals. They are not developing as full-fledged individuals. Okay. Now, when we have given the responsibility of the education of our children to the government and the system, are we happy about what the government is doing about it? The government is making our children capable of taking up certain trades, doing certain jobs. And there are opportunities for children to become entrepreneurs. There are multiple opportunities with respect to career. We have to decide what our children have to become in terms of individuals. This is what we need to work upon. In that aspect, our education system lacks emphasis on values, what we call samskaras. Our education system lacks enough grounding in the culture of our country, samskriti. Our education system lacks enough instillation of pride in being an Indian. So there is lack of values, there is lack of cultural identity, there is lack of pride about the thousands of years of civilizational heritage we have. If I am not proud as an Indian, if I am not rooted in the Indian value system, just because somebody might feel offended about it. We are afraid to talk about Sanatan values. Oh, no, you don't talk about Sanatan values. Somebody might get offended. Who is that somebody who will get offended? Everybody belongs to this place only, no? The civilization is common to everybody. Nobody in our country comes from a different civilization. There are people who follow different religions. But what is common to everybody in spite of them following different religions is the dharma of this land, which is Sanatan.